So good morning, happy Saturday. Nice to see all of you. Today is going to be a fun class focused on love because it's Valentine's Day week, or I consider February Love Month. And the idea that I want to share and reflect on today is on love as a strategy, a life strategy, and particularly treating yourself with love, but also approaching whatever comes up, difficult situations in life with love. And I did a session on this in the Mindful Healthcare Collective the other night, which inspired me to also teach a yoga class. The themes will be slightly different, but I think it's a thought and an approach to life that opens up so much possibility. So with that, find a comfortable seat on your mat. If you have a block and it feels loving to use it, go ahead and grab it and sit on top. Hips above your knees to release those hip flexors. The hip flexors are where we carry a ton of tension and tightness. So notice how it feels just to sit where you are, taking a moment to settle. You can cross your legs easily in front, or if that doesn't work for you, extend them long. Take a moment to lovingly notice if you're comfortable. What might need to change? And take in a long, deep, nourishing, loving inhale through your nose. And an exhale, letting things go. Another long, deep, nourishing, cleansing inhale. And an exhale, releasing. Pause here for a moment in stillness, allowing yourself to arrive for the next hour or so, taking time for you as an act of kindness and love for yourself, and perhaps all those you live with, work with, and come into encounter in the weeks ahead. Bring the hand to heart. Palm connecting to that heart space. Press the heel of your hand in, sending yourself some love and compassion. Releasing a bit of oxytocin. Pressing the heel of the hand inward. Noticing the skin-to-skin contact. Bring your other hand atop. Notice the skin-to-skin contact of the dorsum of the hand to the palm of the other hand. Perhaps rub the skin. Just enjoy the sensations. Taking a deep, nourishing breath once again. And a releasing exhale. And pause once again to notice and settle. Are you comfortable? Tilt your pelvic bowl forward and stack your spine, each vertebrae one atop the other, all the way through your neck. Reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Inhale deeply. Exhale, drop your shoulders. Take your top hand and place it on your belly. Notice as you breathe in and out, your chest rise and your belly rise. And if you have any judgments about how your belly feels, just let them go on the out breath. Sending yourself love and compassion for all the things that your body does well. Appreciating all the places that it has carried you, all the things that it knows how to do. And I want to offer this thought to reflect on. We are not held back by the love that we didn't receive, but by the love that we are not extending in the present. Perhaps the most important love to extend is love to ourselves, knowing that that's our own job. And when we come from a place of love and make decisions from a place of love, we can see much more clearly. So bring your hands to heart center, palms rub together, thumbs come together. Connect the thumbs into the sternum, elbows out wide. Take in a deep inhale. and an exhale. And a moment here to ask yourself what love would do in this moment. If you're making a decision, or even for just the rest of the day, for you, what would love do? How can you come and treat yourself from a place of more love? Make decisions from a place of love for you first, and then for the world around you. An inhale to seal in that intention, and an exhale to let it go. And lower your hands, open your eyes, and let the light in. And just notice how you feel. Enjoy perhaps tingles in your fingers and your toes. Notice your vision perhaps loose and maybe not focused. And give yourself a moment to accommodate, something we often don't do in life. We just move from one thing to the next. A moment to adapt and adjust and accommodate, like when we move from the light into the dark. Even that is a loving action, or from the dark into the light, as the case may be. Take in an inhale, raise both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, lower your right palm onto the floor, fingers spread wide, bend the right elbow, ground the left hip towards the earth, and stretch those left fingers over the left ear, gracefully towards the right. And enjoy it. Breathe in deeply. And exhale, releasing. Inhale into every nook and cranny, sending love and compassion and kindness throughout. And exhale, releasing the judgment, frustrations, resentments. Press into the right hand, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, drop your shoulders. Inhale, reach those fingers tall, 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 stretch the side body. Exhale, left hand lands on the earth, spread the fingers wide, bend the left elbow, right hip grounds downward, reach the right fingers towards the left, over the right ear gracefully. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release and let things go. Inhale into every nook and cranny, every muscle fiber stretching. And exhale, release, letting things go. Press into that left hand, reach both hands up towards the sky. Exhale your arms out and down by your sides. Roll your shoulders 3 times, huge circles. Excuse me. Roll them forward 3 times. Nourishing, loving circles, enjoying any crackles and pops. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky once again. Exhale, fold forward gently. You're going to hinge at the waist and just lower your fingers towards the earth. If you're on a block, you'll notice you're up high. Walk those fingers forward gently, hinging at the waist. Lower your palms towards the earth. You'll notice the stretch in your hips. Allow your head and neck to release towards the floor and just enjoy whatever you feel here. It's a little stretch. Breathe into the back body between the ribs and enjoy it. And a huge exhale. Walk your hands back up towards your shins. Slowly rise back up. Engage your belly here. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, twist to the left, the opposite side of usual. Notice how it might feel uncomfortable. Lower your hands, left hand tense behind you, right hand on the left knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine, tall, tall, tall. Exhale, twist gently towards the left. Your gaze can go towards the left as well. Inhale, lengthen. Twist our spine lengtheners. Reach tall, tall, tall. Exhale, twist gently. Let it out. Once again, inhale, reach tall. Exhale, nudge a little farther towards the left. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, twist towards the right. Right hand tense behind you, left hand on the left thigh. Inhale, reach your spine tall. Each vertebrae, one stacked upon the other. Exhale, bring it out gently towards the right. As an act of kindness, Inhale, lengthen and stretch, and allow yourself to enjoy it. Let that joy and good feeling in. Exhale, let it go. One more inhale of possibility, hope, love, kindness, all the good things. And exhale, releasing everything that feels heavy, tight, resentful, frustrated, stuck. Visualize it leaving. Inhale, both hands up towards the sky, twist back to center, arms come out towards the side walls. Flex the wrists, press your hands into the side walls, engage your scapula, pinch them together, and release and enjoy it. Once again, pinch the scapula with intention. Notice all those sensations as you pinch and as the palms press towards the side walls, release. Relax your neck. Drop your chin towards your chest. Notice the stretch in the traps and in the neck. Inhale, look up towards the sky. Move your neck gently. If this doesn't work for your neck, opt out. Look up towards the sky. Bring your chin back to center. Gaze towards the right, towards those right fingers which point towards the sky. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, gaze to the left. Look at those left fingers. Come back to center. Drop your fingers towards the floor. Bring them up towards the sky. Drop them towards the floor. Notice the heat rising in your arms. Reach them up towards the sky. Bring them back to neutral. Squeeze a tight fist and release your fingers. Squeeze a tight fist once again and release, flicking the water away with the fingers. Tight fists, release. Last one, tight fists, release. Lower your hands by your sides. Notice your arms, roll your shoulders if that feels good. Shake out your hands, do what feels good to you. And take a moment to notice what that is. We talked a few weeks ago about noticing and acting accordingly. We're sometimes okay at noticing, but then we don't act accordingly. So as we move through class today, notice what feels good and with love, act accordingly. Take the block out from underneath you and sit on your sit bones. Stretch your legs out long in front. Move the flesh of your seat with kindness out of the way. Knees can be bent gently. Ankles flexed, toes spread wide, wide, wide to draw in the energy. Stretch them wide with intention and relax the toes. Draw your attention to your sit bones. Connect them to the earth. Draw your attention to your navel. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward into an easy forward fold, releasing your entire back, head and neck. Relaxes towards your knees. You can straighten your knees if you wish or keep them bent. Notice what feels good for you. Inhale into every nook and cranny of the back body. And exhale, let it go. Breathe in deeply, sending the breath everywhere it needs to go. The breath is what makes yoga different than just stretching or calisthenics. Use it to nourish you and to change the energy. One more deep, nourishing inhale here with your head relaxed, head and neck hanging towards your knees. Exhale, release the negative energy. Slowly walk up your shins to your knees, to your thighs, and we'll swing our legs around, come directly into hands and knees. Tabletop position, knees directly under your hips, hands directly under your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, wide, wide. Similarly, use them to draw in energy from below. Connect all 10 knuckles into the earth, both palms into the earth. Engage your arms. Humeral heads engage into the shoulder sockets. Spine is straight. Navel reaches towards the back. Engaged belly. Notice your knees are the hips width. Notice the tops of your feet resting on the earth. Inhale deeply. And an exhale. Inhale for cow pose. Stick those sit bones up towards the sky. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, come into cat. Suck your navel all the way up towards the spine. High, high, high. Inhale for cow pose. Arch your spine, sit bones reach up, crown of the head reaches up. Exhale, round for cat. Suck your navel all the way up towards the spine. Enjoy the full, complete stretch. Come back to neutral. Walk your hands a handprint forward. Curl your toes and lift up to downward dog. Take your time here. Move with love. Noticing what feels good. Notice what feels tight. Walk the dog as you might need to. Press one heel towards the earth. Notice if your calf is tight. Press the other heel towards the earth. Notice how that feels. Enjoy the release. Switch sides again. One heel pressing towards the earth. Enjoy it. And opposite side. Come back to center. Press your hands into the earth. Engage your arms. Shoot your hip bones up towards the sky. Press up and back. Hips are the apex. Lift high, high, high on your tiptoes. Gently lower your heels towards the floor and enjoy. And pause here a moment. A moment to appreciate a different perspective, upside down. Taking in a huge inhale into that spot behind your heart. There's more room in the chest here at this moment. Breathe into it. Bathe the heart with breath and exhale, let it go. Gently walk your hands towards your feet. Come into a forward fold and pause. Widen your stance if you need. Bend your knees gently if you need. Bring your hands to your elbows and allow your head to relax towards the floor. Lower back releases. Shift your weight slightly into your toes and back to your heels. Shift to the left and the right. Lower your hands towards the floor and gently engage your belly and roll up inch by inch, ever so slowly. Notice the shifts in blood flow. Notice if you feel a little dizzy as you move, and just allow yourself to adjust and accommodate with love. As you arrive, just take a moment and notice how you feel. Notice the blood flow shifting once again. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. Lift up your kneecaps, engage your thighs, tuck your pelvis, stack your spine, one on top of the other. Reach the crown of your head all the way towards the sky. Take in a huge, nourishing inhale. Sending the breath all the way to your fingers and your toes, and a huge exhale. Bring a hand to heart and the other hand to top. A moment here to check in, to connect with yourself. And to ask yourself, if you were moving forward in your life with love, what would you do next? What would you do today? What would you do this week? What might you do about your work or your relationships? Allow yourself to just see the possibilities and perhaps choose just one next step. Take in a deep, nourishing, loving inhale, knowing that when we choose a step, it sometimes feels stressful. Sending relaxation throughout with the breath. And an exhale, letting things go. Lower your hands down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up and out. Palms come together, slight arch back. Fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, sit bones stick back towards the back of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Once again, inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands forward Come into plank, top of the push-up. Take a moment here, spread your fingers wide, wide, wide. All 10 knuckles press down, both palms press into the earth. Drop your heels to the left. Reach your right arm towards the sky, coming into side plank. If this doesn't work for you or anything doesn't work for you, you can opt out. You can take your left knee rested on the earth, reach the right hands towards the sky, outer edge of the right foot grounds into the earth. If you wish, exhale, lower your right arm over the right ear, stretch the whole right side body here. Breathe into it, one more breath. Exhale, bring the right arm back up towards the sky, come back to plank and pause. Notice how you feel. Engage your belly, strong core. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop your heels towards the right, left arm reaches towards the sky, come into side plank. If you need to, drop your right knee on the earth, you can kickstand it for support. Neither position is better or worse. Inhale. If you wish, exhale, reach that left hand over the left ear in side plank, stretching all the way towards the front of the mat. Breathe into it. Exhale, reach those fingers towards the sky, come back to plank. Press back to downward dog. Take the weight out of your wrists. Pedal your feet for a moment, enjoy it. And come to stillness. Readjust your fingers if need be, and your wrists if need be. Ground the ball of the left foot into the earth. Inhale, raise your right leg gently towards the sky. Ankle is flexed, heel presses towards the back wall, three-legged dog, everything engaged. Exhale, gently bring your foot between your hands. Come into warrior one. Right toes point towards the front of the mat. Left toes slightly pigeon-toed, sorry. Wiggle those right toes farther forward so that when you bend the right knee, it doesn't extend beyond the ankle. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sink into your hips, bend the front knee. Warrior one. Notice how you feel. Inhale, stretch, reach those fingers tall, tall, tall. Lengthen both side bodies. Exhale, sink in. Your back heel may or may not touch the ground. Inhale, reach tall once again. Huge inhale into that pocket behind the heart. Exhale, bring your arms out and reclasp them at the sacrum. Press your fists towards the earth, straight your elbows, drop your shoulders down and back. Chest opener. Puff that chest forward, breathe into it. And exhale, release, let it go. Inhale. If you wish, fold forward into humble warrior. Your chest and torso will come on the inside of the right knee and fingers will reach towards the sky. If this doesn't work for you, stay upright. Either one is fine. Neither is better or worse. Move with love and notice what feels good to you. If you're in humble warrior, one more breath and appreciate the wiggles and the wobbles here. All of us have wobble days. Can you appreciate that with love? Inhale, rise back up if you're folded forward into warrior one. Extend your fists towards the floor, shoulders down and back once again. Huge inhale. And an exhale, release your arms, raise them up towards the sky once again. Right thumb and middle finger grasp the left wrist, tug it gently towards the right side. Notice the release in the front of the left hip. Inhale into it gently. And exhale, release. Notice if you're wobbling or shaking. One more tug towards the right side. Breathe into the front of the left hip. Exhale, release. Open your arms out towards the side walls. Lower them down. Lower your hands towards the floor. Press off the back foot. Step forward. Come into pyramid pose. Toes face forward. Jet lining towards the front of the mat. And take a moment here. If you need blocks, use them for support. If your hamstrings are tight, your hands can be on the floor, your shin, or your thigh. Inhale into the backs of the legs here. Both legs are straight. And exhale, let the tension melt, soften. Inhale with kindness into whatever you may be feeling here. Exhale, melt. Lift up your front toes, stretch them wide, lower them down. Lift up the back heel, shift your weight forward. Lower it down. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, release. And pause here for a few moments in pyramid pose. With kindness, if it's uncomfortable, adjust. Should be a little uncomfortable, but not too uncomfortable. In a space where you can breathe. You're holding your breath, it's too much. Use the breath. Another deep inhale here. One more breath. Step the back foot forward alongside the right. Come into a forward fold again. Bring your hands to your elbows and allow yourself to release forward. Release the lower back again. Head and neck fall forward. Notice how you feel. Lift up both toes, all 10 toes. Lower them down. Release your hands towards the floor. Engage your belly and slowly roll up inch by inch by inch. Taking your time. Allowing the vertebrae to stack one atop the other. And when you arrive, don't adjust anything. Just notice how it lands with kindness. Moving with love just lets things show up where they are. Noticing what works for you, what your body chooses to do when you're not overriding it and controlling it. Take in an inhale once again. Reach your arms out and up towards the sky. Slight arch back. Fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Spine straight. Sit bones shoot back towards the back of the mat. Exhale, fold forward. Palms land on the earth. Step back to plank. Shift your weight forward onto your tiptoes. We're going to lower down Chaturanga. You can bend your knees and untuck your toes if you wish. Draw your elbows in towards you. And if you want to opt out, you can just go directly to downward dog. Lower slowly towards the earth. Forehead rests on the floor. Weight is out of your hands. Tops of the feet graze the earth gently. Inhale, arch upward. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, lower down. Inhale for low cobra once again. Gently rise up. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Heart shines forward. Weight is out of your hands. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes. Press up and back into downward dog. And pause. Huge inhale here into that pocket behind the heart. The one that often feels tight and stuck. Bathing it with kindness and love and possibility. Taking a moment here to appreciate one thing about yourself that you love. One thing you wouldn't change. Huge inhale, bathing that heart with the breath. And an exhale. Notice that perhaps the heart is filling in diastole more fully. And when it does that, what happens? Allowing yourself to have a full diastole is an act of love. Giving yourself the time and the space to rest, just like the heart. When you're ready, ground into both hands, spread your fingers wide, knuckles pressed downward, both palms downward. Ball of the right foot connects to the earth. Engage your belly, raise the left leg up to three-legged dog. Heel presses into the back wall, everything engaged. Pause here for a moment. On the exhale, gently bring your foot between your hands, come up into warrior one. Take a moment to get organized. Left toe is jet line towards the front of the mat. Back foot is at an angle, back heel may or may not be on the earth. Tap the left hip back, right hip forward. When you're ready, raise both arms towards the sky. Exhale, bend the left knee and sink into your hips. Inhale, stretch the side body, tall, 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 tall. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, stretch, 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 lengthen everything. Reach towards the sky. Exhale, bend the left knee slightly, sink a little farther into it. Lower your arms out and by your sides, reclasp at your sacrum. Press the fists towards the earth, extend the elbows, shoulders down and back. Enjoy the stretch in your neck here. Inhale deeply. Exhale, sink a little lower. Once again, inhale and exhale. If you wish, drop your chin to your chest and enjoy. 2 breaths here, if that works for you. Otherwise, leave it neutral. I struggle with a lot of tension in my neck. So sending it love, where there's pain and tightness, actually leads to more release than frustration. Raise your chin back up to shoulder height. Really inhale. And exhale, fold forward into humble warrior if you wish. Torso comes to the inside of the left knee, hands reach towards the sky. If you wish you want to stay upright, that's fine too. Notice the shakes if you're in humble warrior with compassion and appreciation for the fact that your body can do this. Inhale deeply. Take a moment here to appreciate the different perspective. One of the things yoga does is help you have a different perspective by turning you upside down and focusing on the breath. One more breath here. Notice the wiggles and the wobbles with compassion and kindness and love. Notice how your body is working. Slowly rise back upright. Release your arms out and up towards the sky. Left thumb and middle finger grab the right wrist. Gently tug the right wrist towards the left and appreciate the stretch in the front of the right hip, the right psoas. Inhale deeply. Exhale, tug gently. Once again, inhale deeply. Tug gently. Lowering, bringing your arms back to center. Exhale, lower them out by your sides, all the way down. Lower them on either side of the right foot. Hop the back foot forward about 2 footprints. Come into pyramid pose. Both legs are straight. Use props if you need them. There are no shame in props. They actually allow you to often stretch much more and release and let go more. So buy yourself some as a gift if you don't have any and use them. Tuck the left hip back, right hip forward. Lift up 5 toes on the front foot, spread them wide, lower them down. Raise the back heel, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold forward and release. And pause here. letting the tightness melt. Sending love to all that tightness and all that you're carrying in the hamstrings. What of it can melt away here? Do you draw your attention there? Can you visualize it softening, loosening? Breathe into it. Exhale, release. Last breath here. When you're ready, step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Sink your hips back down and low. Come into chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Palms together. Sit bones sink back down and low. You may notice the thighs shaking. Reach your arms up by your ears, stretch them forward if that works for your shoulders. If not, leave them at heart center. Bring them back to heart center. Twist towards the right. Left elbow hooks onto the right knee. Inhale and exhale. Twist back to center. Twist towards the left this time. Right elbow onto the left knee. Breathe into it. And exhale, let it go. Shift back to center. Lower your hands, shoot your hips up, and allow your head and neck to fall forward. Release everything. Lift up all 10 toes, stretch them wide, lower them down. Engage your belly and slowly rise up to stand, inch by inch by inch by inch. Head will be the last to rise. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears, pinch them tall, tall, tall. Press them back towards the back of the mat. Pinch your scapula together and lower them down, palms open towards the front, Tadasana or mountain pose. Give yourself a moment here to enjoy. Notice how you feel. And allow the good feelings, don't get in the way. Don't rush to the next pose. Allow yourself a full pause to be present and enjoy it. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Eyes can be open or closed. Slowly open your eyes and let the light back in. We're going to transition back to the floor earlier today than usual because I am teaching from a place of love and I have a lot of sore muscles today. So we're going to do more stretching. And I think what I would offer in this class is moving from a place of love and just noticing what your body needs. Some days it needs more movement. Some days it needs more balance and strength. Some days it needs more stretching. The work is to recognize it. Stretch your legs long in front, where we began. Knees gently bent, ankles flexed, toes flexed. Spread the toes wide, garnering the earth's energy. Bring it in through your feet and release. Press your knees towards the earth. Bring your hands behind you, tent them. Ground the ischial spines into the earth. Drop your shoulders. Press your knees towards the floor. Come into Dandasana or staff pose. Inhale into that pocket behind the heart. Everything engaged here, even though you're sitting. And huge releasing exhale, let it go. Another big, long, deep, nourishing inhale. Using the breath as force, energy, shifting energy. Relax everything, let it go. Point your toes towards the front and flex them towards your nose. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart. Come into butterfly pose. Rock side to side to ground the ischial spines, connect them into the earth once again. Hands can come towards your ankles, and you can gently bring your heels towards your groin, wherever it feels good for you. We will all be different. Inhale, connect the ischial spines downward, stretch your spine long and tall, pelvis tilts forward, crown of the head reaches towards the sky, fill the chest with air. Exhale, press the knees gently towards the earth in a space that feels good. Inhale once again, stretch the spine tall and long, shoulders drop. Exhale, bring the knees gently towards the floor. Release your hands from your ankles, stretch your legs wide, come into a wide angle pose. Rock side to side on those ischial spines once again. Tilt your pelvic bowl forward, hinge at the waist. Belly is fully engaged. Take a look at your legs. Make sure your toes are in line with your knees. If your knees need to be bent, bring them forward so the angle is not as wide. Notice what feels right for you. Wider is not better. Inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, right hand comes to the right shin, right toes, whatever works for you. Reach the left arm gracefully over the left ear. Stretch the whole left side body. You'll notice a stretch way down in the waist on the left side. Breathe into it. Exhale, stretch those left fingers towards the right. One more breath here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, engage your core, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, drop your left hand towards the left toes. Right hip grounds downward. Right arm gracefully stretches over the right ear towards the left toes. Notice that pop of release in the upper right waist. Breathe into it with kindness. And kindness about wherever your hands are and however wide your legs are. Doing what your body needs. Treat it with love. You and your body have a long journey. Hopefully many, many years. Treating it with love and kindness is a strategy that will get you a lot farther, a lot healthier. One more breath into every nook and cranny of that right waist area. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, allow your shoulders to drop slightly. Notice your core. Inhale, reach those fingers tall, tall, tall. Twist towards the right. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right fingers gracefully touch the floor on the right side. Inhale, engage and lengthen towards the sky. Exhale, twist towards the right. Keep your core engaged here. That's the secret. Inhale, lengthen towards the sky. And exhale, gently twist, bringing it out, letting go. Inhale once again. And exhale, twist slightly. Twists take a lot of strength. Allow that. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, twist back to center. Inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, twist around your central core towards the left. Right hand lands on the left thigh, left fingers behind the left hip. Inhale, stretch tall. Use your core and your belly. Exhale, bring it out. It's a very slight twist here. All the muscles of the legs should be engaged. The core should be engaged. Inhale, stretch, reach towards the sky. Exhale, twist a little more. Once again, inhale. And exhale, bring it out. Reach both arms up towards the sky. Come back to center. Lower your hands in front. Allow them to land on the earth. Fingers spread wide, palms on the earth. Move your hips, wiggle them. Shift forward onto the ischial spines. Hinge at your waist. You may need to bring your hands behind you, pick your hips up and just shift them forward an inch or two. You want to feel solid and stable with the hips, bones grounding into the earth. Belly fully engaged, spine long and tall, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Legs fully engaged, ankles flexed, toes in line with your knees. Hands land on the earth and you walk your hands forward, a couple of handprints. Notice the stretch in the back of both legs and the energy shifting. See if you can visualize moving the energy shifting in the legs. Use the breath here. And if you wish on the exhale, you can walk your hands a little bit farther forward. Notice what works for you. There's no call to get your chest on the floor. Breathe into it. The work is wherever your tight spots are, bathing them with breath and love, allowing them to soften. Notice that when you push too hard, nothing softens, it just tightens. Similar to life. When you approach the tight spots with love, they soften. Breathe into it once again, nourishing, loving air, bathing every tight cell. Exhale, fold forward gently, a smidge more. Walk your hands back to your groin, reach your torso upright, hinging upright. Pause at the top and just notice the sensations of the shifts. Gently bring your hands to the outside of your thighs. Draw your feet together in front and allow your knees to just bang out a little bit here. Engage your belly once again. Legs are extended long in front. Reach your arms out towards the side. We're going to do eagle arms. Here in this pose, you're going to need to use your belly more to hold you strong. Wrists are flexed, fingers reach towards the ceiling, palms press into the side walls. Legs pressing downward, ankles flexed, toes engaged. Wrap your arms, right arm under the left, elbows crossed, bring your palms together or thumbs together, whatever works for you. We're all different. I can only reach my thumbs. Inhale, elbows to shoulder height, and exhale, pause here. Inhale, lift the elbows up an inch. Notice the stretch between the scapula. Exhale, lower to shoulder height. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower. Take 2 more breaths here. Notice how it feels different with everything else engaged. Breathe into it. Exhale, melt and soften. Inhale deeply. On the exhale, allow your elbows to come between your navel and your chest and allow your head and neck to release forward towards your toes. Head falls into the cradle of the arms. You might notice a stretch in the legs here also. Breathe into it. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise upright. Elbows to shoulder height. Untangle your arms, stretch them towards the side walls, palms flexed. Press into the side walls with intention. Pinch your scapula, release. Recross your arms, left under right this time, elbows meet, bend your arms, palms come together or thumbs, whatever works for you. Inhale, elbows come to shoulder height and pause, release, exhale. Inhale, lift up a smidge. Exhale, lower to shoulder height. Notice if it feels different here with love rather than judgment. If this side is tighter or not as tight. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower. Draw your attention to your belly. Make sure it's engaged. Your legs are engaged. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, allow your elbows to fall between your chest and your navel, head and neck release towards the floor into the cradle of your arms. Breathe into every nook and cranny of the back body here. Exhale, release. One more inhale. And exhale, let it go. Rise your elbows up to shoulder height, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Untangle your arms, stretch them towards the side walls, lower them by your sides, roll the shoulders and release. Bring your right foot into the left inner thigh. Knee will come out perpendicular, 90 degrees. Take a moment to adjust those sit bones. Left leg is straight, toes in line with your knee. Engage that belly once again, the theme of the day, with kindness. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Twist gently towards the left. Exhale, fold forward. Reach towards the outer edge of that left foot or the left ankle or the left calf or the left thigh, whatever works for you. And let your head and neck relax. You'll notice a big stretch in the right chest. Breathe into it, creating space. And exhale, let it go. One more breath here, enjoy it. And release. Slowly rise back upright. You can leave your hands down. Bring your hands to the right knee. Bring it up towards you and extend it alongside the right. Wiggle your hips once again. Bend the left knee. Bring the left sole of the foot into your inner thigh. Knee is perpendicular, 90 degrees. Right leg extended long in front. Ankle is flexed, toes in line with your knee. Engage your belly. Inhale both arms up towards the sky once again. Send yourself some love by engaging your belly here, moving with intention, because love doesn't just move willy-nilly and get hurt. Inhale, twist towards the right. Exhale, fold forward towards the outer edge of the right foot. Notice if you need to reach the calf or the ankle or the sole of the foot today. And enjoy that stretch. Breathe into it fully. And if this side is different, it's different. It's called being human. Or maybe you can usually reach your foot and today you can't. Gently walk back up your shin to your thigh. Rise all the way upright. Take your left hand, gently bring your knee in towards center. Stretch it out long in front. Wiggle side to side on your hips. Ground them into the earth. Raise your arms parallel to your legs. Engage your belly and slowly roll back. Using your core here with kindness, inch by inch, lowering down gently until you arrive on the mat. Fully stretched out. Give yourself a moment to accommodate here and adjust with kindness. Do you need to untuck things, untangle things? Bend your knees in towards your butt. Walk your heels as close to your butt as you can. Palms face downward. Forearms connect to the earth. Press into your feet. Reach your hips up towards the sky. Come into a bridge pose here. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you. You can clasp your hands as you lift your hips up underneath you, or you can grab the sides of your mat, tug them towards your heels. Whatever feels good to you. Knees energetically connect. Hips reach towards the sky. Inhale into your chest here. And exhale. Notice your heart hang here with gravity. Bathing it with spaciousness and breath and kindness. And love and appreciation for all that it does. A little gift of rest here. Inhale deeply into that pocket behind the heart as you lift your hips high, high, high. Knees energetically connect. Exhale, release. One more breath, reaching as tall and high as you can. Exhale, slowly untuck your shoulders, undo the clasp of your hands, and lower down, rolling down like pearls on a necklace. One vertebrae at a time with kindness, gently, till your hips arrive on the earth and you release and let go. Notice for a moment how that feels and allow all the tingles. Bring your knees into your chest. Give them a hug. Reach your forehead towards your knees. Squeeze tight, tight, tight. Lower your head towards the earth. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your feet. Come into happy baby. Knees connect towards the earth, soles reach towards the ceiling, and rock. Massage your back here, enjoy it. Play with it. Bring the soles of your feet together, press your heels into your groin, opening up the inner thighs. Move your arms lovingly if they're in the way of your chest. Breathe into the chest here. Exhale, press the heels in towards your groin in a way that works for your body. Opt out of anything that doesn't feel right. Release your hands from your feet. Slowly lower them to the earth. Knees are still bent. Bring your hands by your sides. Raise your right ankle, place it over the left knee. Thread your hands around the left thigh, hug it in towards you, coming into figure 4, stretch. Both ankles should be flexed to protect the knee. Press your right elbow into the right knee if that feels good. If you wish, you can bring your hands onto your shin and hug that in. And if this is too much, you can leave your left foot on the earth. Notice what feels good to you. And do that. Love as a strategy only does what works for you, because that's where you get the benefit. And it may be very different than what works for me or someone else. For those of you in medicine, we were trained to think we're all sort of the same in what works and how the system should work. Think about what works for you and adjust and accommodate now. Breathe into that right hip here. And exhale, release, nudge it loose, softening, melting. One more big, kind, healing inhale. And exhale, release. Release the left shin, thigh, whatever you've got. Lower that foot towards the floor. Uncross your legs, switch sides. Left foot, left ankle comes to the right knee. Readjust your shoulders and your hips if need be. Thread your hands around the back of the right thigh and hug it in towards you. Both ankles flexed. Left elbow presses into the left hip. Left knee, to release the left hip. Breathe into it. And exhale, soften, nudge, melt, release. Notice your heart rate slowing down here. Two more breaths. Allowing the energy to shift and move. You may notice even tingles in your toes here. Enjoy it. Perhaps wiggle your toes while you're in the stretch. Notice how that feels. Release your hands from the right thigh. Lower your foot towards the floor. Uncross your knees. Bring your hands by your sides. Just pause for a moment here, knees bent, feet on the earth. Palms face downward. Notice the earth underneath each finger. Notice the earth underneath both balls of your feet, underneath all 10 toes. Bring the soles of your feet together, heel, knees apart, come into Supta Baddha Konasana or reclining butterfly. Left hand to heart, right hand to belly. A moment to check in here with yourself. Once again, to connect with something about yourself that you love, that you would not change. Once again, connect to something that you want to change, to be more loving, to approach yourself with more love or your life with more love. Love is a powerful energetic force. How can you use it for you to move through the world in a more easeful and likely productive way? Bring your hands to the outer edges of your thighs. Draw them together, soles of the feet on the earth. Pick up your hips. Bring them an inch or two towards the left. Draw your knees into your chest and allow your knees to fall gently towards the right side into an easy twist. Place your right hand on the left thigh. Left hand can come into an easy cactus or a T or by your side, whatever feels good. 3 breaths here. Gently release your hand. Bring your knees back to center, soles of the feet on the earth. Press into the feet, pick up your hips, shift them 3 or 4 inches to the right this time. Draw your knees into your chest and allow them to fall towards the left. Left hand rests gently on the right thigh. Right arm, cactus, T, whatever works for you by your side. 3 deep, nourishing breaths here. Release the left hand. Bring your knees back to center. Adjust your hips back to center. Adjust your shoulders, untuck them. Spread your legs long in front. Allow your toes to fall towards the outer edge of the mat. Palms flip open towards the sky. That works for your shoulders. Come into Shavasana, or final resting pose. A few moments here to bathe yourself in kindness and love. So just allow the good feelings. Love yourself enough to relax. Our bodies react to the world around us and within us in many ways. Our bodies act like sponges. They can soak up healing energy, or they can absorb and trap the negative energy of stress and tension. Some of us are so used to keeping our bodies tense and bound up, we don't even notice how much they hurt, how strained and tight our muscles are. Connect with your body. Learn to tell how tense it is. Take a few moments throughout the day to see what hurts, what aches, and what feels strained. Then learn to relax. Practice. Have a massage, meditate, soak in a bath, exercise, breathe. Do something that feels good. Slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. Gently deepen your breath. When you're ready, take in a long, deep, nourishing inhale. Stretch your arms long above and your toes long in front of you. And a huge releasing exhale. Roll over gently to one side. Use your arm as a pillow and pause. A moment to check in once again as we transition back. Taking your time, press into your hands and slowly come up to a comfortable seat where we began. Connect your sit bones into the earth below. Tilt your pelvis forward. Stack your spine one vertebrae upon the other, all the way up through your neck, all the way to the crown of your head. Take in a deep inhale. And an exhale. Bring your hands to heart, one hand atop the other. Press in gently. Sending yourself kindness, good wishes. Take in a deep, nourishing inhale. And an exhale. Bring your hands to heart center, palms together, finger pads touch. Press your thumbs into your sternum, elbows out wide. Take a moment here to connect to your intention for the week ahead. How might you move forward with more love for yourself, for others, and perhaps the world? May you all extend love far and wide. Have a beautiful week. Namaste.